Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is Mariana from
Okay.
Croatia. And to thank all the sponsors, Canvas, Blackboard, Elaborate for the Reform Symposium supporters. Now, if you can, write down. On the right side, you have a whiteboard, small icons. And if you click on the small sound and post, and please say where are you from, or you can type it in chat. Let's see, where are you people? Oh, Croatia again. Good, excellent. So people from all time zones, great. Europe is at least supported from Croatia. Good, Brazil, Canada, fine, fantastic, bravo. Okay, so now I'm going to give the mic to my co-presenter, Victor, and he's going to present our two speakers, Faisal and Hermione. So, Victor, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Mariana. All right. Good morning from Lima, Peru. I am Victor Hugo Rojas. So I'm so glad to present this presentation, great presentation, inspiring presentation from Faisal and Hermione. So some little information about Faisal. Faisal is has a BA in English language, an MA in linguistics. He has been teaching English language since 1994 in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Thailand, and Oman. He has got a TEYL and E-Teacher Professional Development Certificate from UMBC from USA. He's got Shaping the Way. He teaches English. He has certificate from University of Oregon, and he joined webinars in Caine, Washington, D.C. All right, so now, Faisal, are you ready? Okay, you can start. Thank you for presenting.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor. Okay, thank you. I would like to thank you everyone for coming and joining our sessions. Actually, which will be about icebreakers and warm-ups for all ages. I think by the end of this workshop that everyone will be able to define and differentiate between icebreakers and warm-ups. You will list the reasons for using icebreakers and warm-ups, and you can identify best practices, including when and how to use them. And then finally, you can create your own. Let's speak something about learning in mythology. Learning has to happen with formal instruction, with a traditional institution environment. And the second myth is participation in everyday life can be thought of as learning. This is by Jane Lee, 1991. Let me go to Principles of Brain or Mind-Based Learning by Geoffrey and Caine. Actually, this theory, it's about 12 principles. I will focus only on 3. The first one is all learning is physiological and emotional. The second one, brain is social. And the most important one is complex learning is enhanced by challenge. Challenge means that you can do kind of competition, kind of racing inside your classroom. And complex learning is inherited by threat if you discourage and ignore or punish your learners. According to brain-based learning theory, we as learners learn better when we are relaxed, and it's called the relaxed alertness. The human brain functions more effectively and at a higher level when stress is reduced. I think that most researchers said that I think the learning process is enhanced, I think, when we do kind of kinesthetic kind of learning. I mean, students can walk, I mean, stretch, or do kind of activity. I think that learning is enhanced by activities, especially, I mean, effective activities. Okay, let's go to community of learners, or I have another name, the community of practice. I think that this is according to John Lake, 1991, that is, which is situated learning theory. Learning, I mean, needs to be situated. Situated, I mean, within activity, context, or culture. Everyone has a cognitive knowledge, and this cognitive knowledge has to be used effectively inside the classroom and outside. We need to ask our learners to, I mean, take the things that they have learned inside the classroom and take them out of the classroom. We don't need to keep things inside the classroom. We need to go outside the school buildings and premises. I mean, we move from microcosm into macrocosm. And this comes through a community of practice or community of learners. We need our learners to learn, share together, and be far away from their teachers. I mean, for example, dominators, as I call them. This, we need to make our learning beautiful. Beautiful learning that we need to, I mean, structure our learning around authentic problems, situations, I mean, settings. And we encourage our students just to think of these, I mean, problems and try to solve them either inside or outside. I think, according to, I mean, situated learning theory by John Lee, 1991, I think focused on social interaction and collaboration, which are essential components of this theory. The learner might start as a novice, and then he, I mean, moves around the behaviors and the beliefs of the periphery of community, or community of practice, or community of learners. And then gradually, I mean, step by step, he will be engaged actively within the culture, and finally, I mean, at the final stage, he will be expert. So he starts from a novice, and then gradually, I mean, when he or she, I mean, learners are engaged actively in the learning process, they will become, I mean, or take the role of experts. I think learning can happen through peers, not only from the teacher. We need our learners to, I mean, share ideas together, either in peers or either in groups. Learning quality is increased through this, through peer support. And community and learning extend outside. As I told you, we need to extend the things that they have learned inside the classroom and take them outside the classroom. And the thing that I want to focus on is sharing, or shared knowing, shared knowledge, and shared responsibility. Actually, there is a difference between knowing and knowledge. The same difference between, reading the book and living the book. So, knowledge is the power. Knowledge is intellectual process. While knowing is, is a kind of a spiritual process. Okay, and we need our students just to move from knowledge, acquiring the knowledge, into, owning it. And this might come through, challenges. Major challenges will be in the field of sharing. So they need to share responsibility. This responsibility is become as when students or all learners become self-directed learners or self-autonomous learners. This is by Caine 2010. We need our learners to move away from passively taciturn waiting us as teachers to tell them when and how to do things. They have to do things by themselves. I think that self-directed learning theory takes our learners to take the initiative and responsibility of anything will occur inside the classroom and even outside the classroom. Our learners need to select, manage, and assess their own learning activities at any time, in any place, through any means, at any age. Basically, this theory, self-directed learning theory, focuses on the themes or motifs of self-development, self-improvement, and personal and character development. Let me sum up these learning theories. Theory number 1, activity is learning. And theory number 2, learning involves the whole body and the mind, and we cannot separate between them. And theory number 3, that learning is shared. We need to share, knowing, knowledge, and responsibility. Okay, now I will leave the mic to my co-presenter, Hyman.
Okay, thank you, Faisal. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm glad to see all of you here, and thanks for the chance. I am going to talk about icebreakers now. Icebreakers are a way for learners to get to know each other. Icebreakers must enable students to get to know each other, and they must allow for plenty of communication. They should be easy activities with few rules, and they should be fun. Icebreakers can be loud or quiet activities. Students can use speaking, listening, reading, or writing skills. They can be separate from the lesson, and also it's perfect when they are able to involve their mother tongue in it. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a kind of game. It's called ball toss. We also have here the link. I will paste it. Okay, the teacher asks a question and tosses the ball to a student, and the student must answer the question, and then he must ask a question to the other student and toss the ball. The student who is catching the ball is answering the question and asking another question to the other student. So this is the way that they get to know each other. For example, my name is Hermine. What's your name? And they are making a circle and throwing the ball to each other and creating this game. This game helps the students to know each other and build up correct questions and answers. Even you can make this game like hip-hop, kind of with the music. So it's a kind of funny way of introduction and knowing about each other. Okay, the next one is...
Herman, wait. I asked just Victor to share. Yes, the YouTube. For explaining this activity. So this is for the participants. So if you want to, watch the video about the ball tossing. So it's already, pasted and posted in the chat box. So you can just click on the link and you can watch. Okay. Yes, Herman, you can go.
Shall I continue? Okay. Why not? This is another type of game activity, which is it's very important that no one is speaking. The students are understanding from gestures, by the help of the body language and by the movement of face. And for example, teacher says, make a line with the order of length of hair from left to the right. So students must have the lines with the order of length of hair, or with the order of birth, their birth. So it's also a wonderful game. No one must talk. If someone talks, he or she is out. Again, we can have the video here, and you can watch it.
Okay, thank you very much. Find someone who, I think that I like this. This activity is amazing, really amazing. Because I did a lot with my students in Saudi Arabia and even in Jordan and in Thailand. This is a kind of survey that students get. The thing that you ask your students just to stand up and leave their chairs. Within our students, to keep them, and stick to the chairs. This is a kind of kinesthetic learning. Actually, we need them to stand up and then find someone who. This activity, as I told you, is a kind of survey or questionnaire, and they can, use, grammar points that indirect way. Like, do you speak? They can ask questions like, do you speak 2 or more languages? Or sometimes they can use can or are. So they can use more than one linguistic or the grammar point. And then the thing that if they come with yeses, yes answers, that they need to answer. Write the names of the students on the paper, and then finally the teacher can make analyze the results that yes, who can or who speaks 2 or more languages. So you come up with, 4 or 5 students that can speak 2 or more languages. The thing that I like about this activity that students can write, you can listen, you can, read. Okay, they use the 4 language scales and sub-scales like grammar points and etc. And also they can use lots of vocabularies. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Vishal. The next one is question swap. This is a great way to get your students talking. It can be used as a revision or to introduce the topic to. The teacher must give out strips of papers, 1 for each student. Then the teacher must name a topic, for example, dreams or money, and ask students to write a question related to the topic on the piece of paper. And then the teacher must give a short amount of time to do this activity. And then students stand up and move around asking their questions. When a pair have asked each other their questions, they swap questions and move up to ask the questions to a new partner. Then swap again and so on. The teacher said they must set the time limit or just let it run. This is a fine. Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Sorry, Crystal?
No, go ahead.
Okay, here we have types of questions. Okay, teacher can not to give a title or so. They just can move around the class and ask such questions as, how do you learn English, or what kind of music do you like, or do you like traveling or so? Where are your the best places you have visited or so? That's it. This is
okay. Just one more thing, that if you want to spice this activity up, you can ask the students themselves to write on more than one topic with a limited amount of time. I think the students, notice, the students might notice about the grammar mistakes or whatever. Just tell them that, okay, everything will be tolerated. No, don't worry about grammar mistakes or etc. Just we need them to speak about different topics. Get more, sometimes abnormal answers or same answers or etc.
Yeah, thank you, Faisal. Yes, it's very important not to, in such icebreakers, not to pay much attention to the mistakes, to the errors. Otherwise, if you correct them, if you correct them, they will, the students will stop concentrating on the game, but they will only think about what not to make some mistakes, or they will stop, I don't know, concentrating on the game. And it's not good. I prefer to take some 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the class and correct the students. Okay, let's move to warm-ups. Warm-ups set the tone for the lesson. They focus learners on the class. They activate learners to swim up, introduce topics for the day, provide structure to lessons, create autonomy, fit the learner's level and abilities, be used with any level after adaptation, and they have little time, approximately 5-10 minutes, and warm-ups must be learner-centered and involve peer group work, and bring the atmosphere of communication. Warm-ups help students feel comfortable with the topic, especially unknown ones, and they increase participation time. They add more interest and enjoyment to the lesson. Also, it's a fine way to create a friendly atmosphere in the class.
Okay, just want to say something about this warm-up activities. That they are activities that are designed not only to get things started easily, but also to wake up. We focus on this to wake up, tired, passive, taciturn, and shy students. And we want to prepare them, their brains, their mouth, their ears, eyes, legs, everything. Just we want to prepare our students' senses and just to get into the English mood of our lessons.
Okay. Thank you, Faisal. Yeah, I agree with you, totally. Warm-ups must be in English. Compared with ice-breaking, we could use, in icebreakers, we could use our native language, but in warm-ups, we cannot. It must be in English only. It should be kept under 10 minutes, and it should be easy activity with few rules. Should be connected to the lesson, but we cannot say the same about the icebreakers. And warm-ups should be communicative. Warm-ups can be loud or quiet activities, and of course can be used speaking, listening, and reading, writing, our grammar in our warm-ups. When do you warm up? When do you prefer to do warm-ups? Teachers, please type your answers in the chat box. And actually, it's good to do warm-ups at the beginning of any class, or at the middle of the lesson, at the end of the lesson, to give the students a break. Before starting a new topic or grammar point, it's perfect to do warm-ups. And it's very important to wake up sleepy students. And this is the main point of warm-ups, when to do them. Okay, there is a type of warm-up.
Actually, yes, it depends. It's not, normally at the beginning, but mostly at the beginning, yeah. But now it depends. Sometimes if you have shy students, or sleepy students, so you can use it. It depends now. Especially in the Gulf area, that most of the students, come to school, sleepy. So this is why sometimes you try to teach at the beginning of the class. But sometimes it depends now. If you feel that your class or your lesson is boring, so you need to move. You need to change the tone of your, the tune or the tone of your lesson. So this is why you can, use the